Okay, guys, Anthony back from the camper, and we got Teddy here, perched up here. He wanted to look out the window, so he's out here hanging with me. Charlotte's down there on the floor hanging out, and Teddy just jumped down. Okay, so I wanted to do that video regarding the three movies that I was talking about in my earlier video that I mentioned. The three movies are number one, I recommend that you watch if you have seen them already, rewatch them, take some mental notes. You could look a little deeper. Maybe the movies were showing you some things that hadn't happened yet at that time, but now look like they may happen, now or yet future. So, number one, the movie Songbird. Songbird came out, I think, shortly after the C-19 pandemic event started. That movie said a lot, believe it or not. And I'm gonna have to go back and watch. I watched it twice when it came out. I'm gonna watch it again, probably this week or this weekend. Um, that movie showed, how the virus or a virus in that movie could be like tracked and traced. They showed that. That was like a main theme of the movie in the movie where they could track you via an app on your phone. If you had a temperature like over a certain amount, they sent this crew to your house that basically took you away. And some of the movie was like a love story. They weaved that in. There were some big stars in it in the movie. And one of the things that I think they show a few clips of it throughout the movie are these large camps, like FEMA camps in the movie. That's what I want to, at the time of the movie, it maybe wasn't such a big thing. Now we're hearing more and more about that. I know Ann Vanderseel or Vandelstall, she visited, I know she visited one in North Carolina and another one somewhere else. They give her the runaround. There's guards there, shady looking guards, watching these places. But Songbird's going to bring to mind, if not anything, the camps, the relocation camps, FEMA camps, concentration camps, whatever you want to call them. Those are depicted in that movie, or they show them that they're being used in that movie. So remember, a lot of movies show us plans either then, near future, or farther out in the future. So you got to pay attention to movies. Even though the movie might not be that great, there might be some little bird seed in the movie that leads you to somewhere where they're trying to tell you something. The second movie, my arm's getting numb. I'll switch it this way. The second movie is the one that the Obamas produced, Leave the World Behind. I've watched that 2 times full, like through. And then recently I went back and watched some parts of it. That movie showed a lot. It showed some staged accidents. The scene with the ship, if you haven't seen it, there's a scene with the oil tanker coming up on the beach. And then shortly after that, I don't know how many months after the movie came out, we had that huge oil tanker hit the bridge up in Maryland, in Baltimore, in the harbor there. And that's been hushed up. I still haven't heard what caused that or how the build back is going, the build back better, whatever they call it. If that roadway or if and when it's going to be open. I think that accident or whatever it was killed several people that were working on the bridge that night. So Leave the World Behind showed some clues in that. It showed or talked about in the characters in the movie. And there were some stars in that movie as well. Pretty good actors in that movie. I think they did a good job. The elite were discussed. The elite, the people that are in the know, so to speak. They were talked about in the movie that they're cashing out. In other words, they're like getting ready to run or go off grid or taking cash, cashing out their investments for physical dollars and getting ready to go hide somewhere because there's an event that was going to happen. And in the movie, he talks about that the guy that's in the movie, I forget his name, the black guy, that because he was like an investor for these people. So now he says, oh, now I know why they said this to me at the time, because they're going through a grid down at the time he's talking to Julia Roberts in the scene. So in that movie, there's Leave the World Behind, there's a power failure, there's a grid down, there's all kinds of crazy things happening with animals. If you notice in that movie several times, you've seen the pink flamingos that you only see down in South Florida, that region. They're falling into the pool. The movie takes place in Long Island, New York, or in that area. The deer, you've seen the multiple scenes of deer in the movie acting really strange, either trying to say something or tell them something, tell the humans something, just acting very strange. Trust between people was breaking down. You saw that depicted in the movie. You saw the scene where all the Tesla vehicles are crashing into each other when they try to get on the highway to take his son or to try to get his son to the hospital because his teeth are falling out. The son wakes up one morning and all his teeth are falling out. So is there something in the air, a virus or some kind of contaminants that were being sprayed that caused this kid's teeth to start falling out? Really strange stuff was happening in that movie. The scene or the scene where they go see the prepper guy. Who the heck played that part? Damn it, I can't think of his name. Famous actor. He plays the part of like a preparedness guy, and they go to him to try to get, medication for the son whose teeth are falling out. And that doesn't go too good in the beginning. There's guns drawn, there's trust eroded, the grid's down. Hey, I knew you before SHTF, but after SHTF, I don't want to know you. I got this, and this I'm doing. And then at the end of the movie, there's alluding to or showing, possible wartime or bombings that were going on. Maybe not war, but bombing. Interesting. The third movie that I wanted to address or recommend that you guys see, or if you haven't seen them, is Civil War, the new one. I believe it came out in April of 2024. I did originally pay to watch it. I waited till it came down to I think it was like $3 or $5, something like that. I did watch. I did like the movie. I thought it was well done. Kirsten Dunst is in it. I thought it was well done because I watch movies like that. I try to watch in between the lines what's going on. That movie depicted a lot. It showed a fractured nation, which is going on right now. Fractured nation. People are going unhinged. Left, right, center, whatever you want to say. Mostly left. Becoming dangerous. Wartime scenario in that movie. States seceding from the government, from the Union, if you will, from the United States. In the movie, they're called the Western Alliance. And I believe in the movie, it's 19 states that were part of the Western Alliance that was fighting against the government in the movie. But it showed these wartime reporters trying to get to Washington, D.C. from New York City, but they can't go straight down 95, which would be a 5.5, 6 hour trip. Because of the war or what's going on, all the highways are down, there's danger zones. They've got to make a huge loop in the movie, through, go out towards West Virginia and then come out another route. So which takes a lot longer and takes them through several more states. So as they're going on that trip, you see the ravages of the war that's taking place. And there's some towns that they ride through that there's nothing going on. nothing major. The town is operating fairly normal. The stores are open. However, there are people, overwatching what's going on for any type of, things to take place. There's guards. And then other scenes are really chaotic on fighting between, I guess, the people of the Western Alliance and the government. They show that scene. And then the end of the movie of Civil War is pretty telling what happens at the end. I won't tell you. If you saw it, you know what I'm talking about. I won't tell it to the people that haven't seen it yet or rented it. But what happens in the final moments of that movie after they get to Washington, D.C. finally, where everything's, going crazy. There's battles taking place. It's not, to me, it wasn't a good ending. It didn't end well. Let's put it that way. So those three movies, Songbird, Leave the World Behind, and Civil War, I recommend you watch. If you've seen them, in the comment sections below, let me know what you think. Let other people know what you think. Maybe some things I missed in this video. This wasn't an exhaustive review. It was just, reviewing. Here's to watch these because we have stuff going on in this country right now where a lot of this may start coming to light or true or happening. So stay ready, everybody. Take care. Anthony coming to you from the RV off grid. We got TV going. We got my crime stories playing right now. And doggies are sleeping. Where's Charlotte? There's Charlotte right there. And we just finished lunch. So thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Stay ready. Anthony signing off.